and thanks for joining us from our studios in Israel. I'm Natasha Kirchak here with ILTV's Morning Briefing. Israelis living in southern Israeli territory near the Gaza Strip have been instructed to evacuate their residences in the event of an emergency, all in the face of heightened tensions with Hamas. The IDF wants Israeli residents to be prepared in the case of a conflict outbreak, following increased efforts to uncover Hamas's cross-border attack tunnels in the past couple of weeks. In the case of an emergency, the Defense Ministry says all Israeli residents should have their bags ready and completely evacuate. Residents have been given a list of clear instructions on which communities to reach for safety, and what to carry if they're forced to evacuate their homes. And they've also been instructed to report when they leave their towns. Southern Israeli residents have repeatedly demanded increased security and army presence in their area, but the army has insisted that regular IDF deployment along the Gaza border is enough. Israel may or may not take home medals at the Summer Olympics this year, but one Israeli startup has already had a major win. The Israeli company LiveU will be using their video transmission technology to broadcast the Brazil Olympics around the world in real time. That means if you're sitting in Tel Aviv or New York and you want to see what's happening at the Olympics at any given moment, you can just use LiveU to tune in from your cell phone. In the past, the Olympics has been a very complicated event to broadcast because there are hundreds of events at tons of different locations. But LiveU will be covering them all. Wondering how? LiveU will use backpack cameras, a signal boosting antenna, and a cloud management platform to simultaneously share live feeds with up to 100 websites. LiveU will be using the cell phone network the entire time, meaning that their solution is much cheaper for broadcasters who now don't have to rent satellite vans or phones. The European Union is under fire for subsidizing a pig farm that's built on the site of a former concentration camp in the Czech Republic. Czech anti-racism activists are demanding the EU to halt subsidies to the pig farm, since it was built where hundreds of Roma prisoners died during World War II. Between 1940 and 1943, Nazi Germany imprisoned close to 1,300 Czech Roma at the camp alongside European Jews. And more than 500 of the prisoners were sent to Nazi Germany's infamous Auschwitz-Birkenau death camp. The pig farm was built at the Czech concentration camp in the 1970s. But now the EU is subsidizing it, and activists are insisting European taxpayer money shouldn't be funding its disrespectful existence. Don't be alarmed! Israel's Ben Gurion International Airport may have had the look of a mass casualty disaster yesterday, but it was just a drill. The exercise dubbed Maglan 2016 tested Israel's readiness in the case of a plane crash or another accident that could harm large numbers of people. The drill was no ordinary simulation, and 7 months of preparation were involved. No flights were delayed, but the drill went on for several hours. In the simulation, a plane with 178 people on board takes off from Tel Aviv to Amsterdam, but has a mock tire malfunction along the way and is forced to turn back and make an emergency landing. The plane crashes and fire breaks out. Some 400 observers, including officials from a number of countries, were invited to observe the drill, so that they could learn from their Israeli counterparts.
That's all for now. I'm Natasha Kirchak, and see you later with our main daily broadcast from Israel at 2 p.m. Eastern Time.